Let's try this. I'm going to reduce this cane, which is, well, it started out 3 inches square, about 6 inches long, and weighs 2.5 to 3 pounds. And I want to keep it square as I go to keep my design inside there straight. So I'm going to concentrate on keeping it square, keeping my side straight and my corner square as I work. I've used my brayer to help me square up my sides, or straighten up my sides, square up my corners. But this is, because this is so long and it's a little bit big and bulky to work with, I'm going to beat it up. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to let gravity pull the end of my cane and stretch it out, hitting it on the table to let get all that energy into the center of the cane. And watch things fall all over on my work table, which is normal. Flip it over to the other end and do it some more. And watch the camera fall off the table and land on the floor. Bye. Alright, let's try this again. I'm not going to bang it this time though. Well, a little bit, not too much. I have banged this up and stretched it out some, and I'm going to continue to pull and stretch on it. But now I'm grabbing the ends, putting my hand here, holding it flat to the table while I tug. Flip and tug. Flip and tug. Kind of still hitting it. I'm pulling and stretching on this. It's going to keep going. The other side's getting a little bigger, so I'm going to turn it over so I work all 4 sides the same. And I'm just going to keep doing this until I get it down to a little bit more manageable size. And as you can see, the edges, or the sides, are getting little indentations for my fingers. So I'm going to straighten it up again. Square up those corners. I want to keep my corners nice and straight. And I'm just kind of lightly rolling this on there so it just straightens it up a bit. Now I'm always going to have what is called waste on the ends. You can see how that's sucking in. The reason it does that is because when we're working this, we're working the outside of the cane and we're not getting to the center, so the center kind of sucks in. There's a couple ways around it. One way is, in this case, I made my center star a little bit smaller so that when these stretched out, they'd be a little more evenly sized. And the other way is, like I did in the previous video, is to bang it. And bang it. And again, as I'm doing that, I'm kind of pulling and stretching at the same time, trying to get some of that energy to go down into the center of the cane. So it stretches. Now I'm going to keep doing this for a while, and I'll come back when I have it down to the next stage. Well, okay. This is stretched out to a point now where I can get my hands around it and it's easier to work with. I'm going to pull out what I call my guides. They're acrylic rods in various sizes. In this case, this length is 1¼ inches, and that's the size that I stop at for the first stage of my cane here. I have 2 that are the same. I'm going to put 1 on each side, not touching the cane, but on each side of the cane. And then this is my brayer, which I am going to use to help me stretch this out some more. So I'm going to pick this up and I'm going to roll this cane back towards the center, rolling from the end to the center and pulling on that end with this hand as I go. lifting the cane up off the table so it doesn't stick to the table and will move for me. Always flipping it. I want to keep this square. And then I'm going to flip to the other end. And again, I'm going to work it towards the center. The reason I'm working it towards the center is because that helps to reduce the amount of waste I have on the end. Because now, instead of pulling those outside layers towards the end, I'm pulling them towards the center. And it helps some. It's not I mean, you're always going to have waste, but it does, I feel it helps some. So I'm going to keep pulling and stretching. And my goal is to get this so that it's the same height as my guides. Now once the cane starts moving, like this one now, it's kind of warm, it's moving, I can actually just bounce it and stretch it at the same time. You can, I don't know if you can see this on the camera, but you can see where it's thinner here and thicker here. That means I need to work this side and not work this anymore, because that's getting to be about the size of my finished size. So I'm going to pull from this edge towards that centerpiece. And there I hit my guide. So this side is pretty much done. I'm going to work the other side and then I'll come back again. Okay, I got the other side worked down. It's pretty square. I flip it on all four sides. It's same all the way down. So my 3-inch square cane is now 1 1/4 inches square, and however long this is, which is 12, 24, and 6 is 30 inches long. And it's time to cut this and make sure that it worked. So I'm going to cut this right here. And yay, I have my cane. This is the size I'm going to stop at. I do make it smaller yet for different sizes earrings, but I tend to leave my canes at this size and just reduce them to the smaller sizes as I need them. So this, I'm going to clean up this end, take my waste off of there, my remnants, put that into my remnant pile, and at a later date turn that into a new color. So there's that end, and I'll clean up this end. Yeah, that's kind of funky. Let's keep going until I find my star. There we go. So now there I have it. I have reduced my cane down to 1 1/4 inch square, and my next stage will be 3/4 of an inch, and I'll just keep using the same techniques, and then I'll take my slices and start making some jewelry out of it. Thanks for watching.